So I was reading a book the other day, and a line intrigued my interest. It's from The Collector by John Fowles, and it's spoken by the character Miranda, which is, for the sake of context, a character that is depicted as an attractive female that's rethinking a lot of her past. And it goes like this: Be terribly glad to be alive, to be who I am, to be unique. I shall never let anyone see this, even if it is the truth. It must sound vain, just as I never let other girls see that I know that I am pretty. Which got me thinking, perhaps this idea was induced by Hollywood or media, or it's just simply innate in our thinking, but admitting that you're attractive instantly makes you less attractive. Just like bragging about any trait, like intelligence, athletics, money, etc. It's instantly off-putting and is marked as a sign that someone is self-involved, even if said things are true. And even further, when those things come up, you're supposed to pretend to be oblivious to the fact, and even deny it. Otherwise, you'd be taken as a delusional, self-involved sack of potatoes that has no feelings and can be judged however we liked. Now that we get to the origin of such reactions and feelings, I can see a few possibilities as to where that stems from. First off, the I am better than you versus I am the best statements. The difference here is huge, because one insinuates a competition and the other one expresses a level of self-confidence that we all wish to attain, so we feel compassionate and relate to that statement, and thus the urge to be supportive, which explains why the latter statement is associated with the behavior of a teen jock or a cheerleader, or just about any other stereotype associated with self-involvement and general douchiness, aka the people we love to hate. Secondly, the pretty girl who doesn't know it, the clueless pretty girl archetype. It has been popularized through rom-coms that get us rooting for the female protagonist that is clueless about how attractive she might be, and instead even feels insecure about her body. Take for example Bridget Jones in all of her movies almost. And that's just the first thing that comes to mind. Maybe this archetype appeals to us because we deep inside want to believe that we're also attractive, but we just don't know it, and so it gives our egos something to hang on to. You can already picture the difference between a body positivity influencer posting feeling like the prettiest girl in the world can differ in initial reaction to the same caption, but with a person regarded as attractive by social standards. Now thirdly, I think we must feel like our partner or potential partner at this point, since we get attached to, it's one of the reasons we get attached to these Hollywood characters, these movie characters. So we must always feel like our partner thinks we are better, so that they wouldn't consider other alternatives and thus introduce competition to the table, which would have to put our self-awareness and self-confidence to the test and may end in tragedy. Although this may not apply to modern times, it may still be present in our subconscious, since it has helped spread our genes for millennia, which is no other than the first biological ambition of the human body. And lastly, we're all just so afraid of coming across as egotistical, so we lose empathy as well as relatability to the character/person in question, and thus all that remains is just a few drops of denial.